is, of course, different venue for you because normally you're exciting people with your tennis in the Indian Davis Cup.
Yes, thank you very much. I always keep telling everybody that I've been acting for 15 years, so this is just another year of acting.
What do you mean on the tennis court?
On the tennis court, yes.
I suppose you perhaps think that some of the acting that goes on with some of these American tennis players is a bit hard to take.
Well, there is a lot of show business in tennis, I think, and it's a form of entertainment. And the movies is a mass entertainment, and tennis is a little more exclusive.
Tell us about your part, Vijay, in this, because you obviously revel in it from what I've seen in the film.
Well, I think the most important thing is that I really enjoy doing it. Worked quite a few weeks on the film, and the people who were involved in making of the film were absolutely the easiest and best people to work with. And most of my scenes were with Roger, and he made things very, very easy and comfortable for me. And I really had a good time doing it.
Yes. There were some lovely moments when people tried to simulate tennis matches in the crowd scene in the market in India. That was lovely. They were going like that, weren't they?
Yeah, I think that came off pretty well. It was a good pun, and it was used well. And I think John Glenn, the director, did a tremendous job in putting that scene together at the right time.
It was your first big film.
First feature film.
So what happens now, Vijay?
Well, I'll try to keep acting on the tennis court a little longer, and a few offers have been coming here and there, and I think I'm going to wait a bit and maybe do a couple more. I mean, it all depends on what people think.
I think they'll think it's great, and I think you look wonderful. Even your buttons have got tennis rackets on them. Vijay, thank you very much.
Maud Adams, who plays the title role, Octopussy. Now, apart from Bond, I think you're the only major star who's appeared in 2 of the Bond sequences. Were you surprised to be asked back?
Oh, yes, of course I was. As a matter of fact, the first time I heard about it, I thought somebody made a mistake. I thought some casting agent obviously didn't realize that I had already done one. But I'm very pleased that I had an opportunity to do this.
Is this a step forward in your career, would you say?
I think it is always very good for an actress to be associated with a commercial success. And since for the last few years I have been lucky enough to do some critical successes, but not a major commercial one, this I think is almost a guaranteed in that regard, and I think that certainly will help me.
You were born in Sweden, you now live in the States, you speak a number of other languages. Do you ever get a chance to use them these days?
I speak French occasionally. I just worked in Italy, so I spoke some Italian, although the film was being made in English.
You began, of course, as a top model. How difficult was it to make the break from that into acting?
I think originally it helped me because it was, as is very often the case for models, it was more or less the character didn't require very much more than me being what I was at the time.
Beautiful.
Yes, and I also did have some commercial value because I was a top model, so people did have recognize me. But obviously the part was not very demanding, and it is very hard, if you're lucky enough to stay in the profession for a long time, to get out of the casting situation, which is often the case with most actors. If you're successful at playing one particular kind of a part, whether it's just being beautiful, it is very hard to get out of that. Yes.
But do you look forward to the day when you can play an old crone or Lady Macbeth?
Oh yes, well, obviously, of course. I'm very pleased to say the last couple of years I've had an opportunity to play other parts, as in Chicago Story, which you've seen here on television in England, where I play a doctor who is certainly not glamorous, and playing for time, and Tattoo I consider a dramatic role, a very major part for me.
Maud Adams, who gets tentacles around James Bond in this movie. Thank you very much.
Thank you.